Hey folks, SoloGamer here, and we're back playing Eldritch Horror. And as you can see, the Doom track is on 9. And we got a couple monsters on the board now. That color of out of space right there really screws us, because this is a tough monster. Well, it's not that bad. So we can try to get over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to go 5 spaces either way we go. So it's Silas's turn. He's going to stay here to try to keep this gate closed. But he will... Let's see what he can do here. He's got a lot of items here. Let him get a ship token. And you don't really need them. And he will perform a local action. And he got no successes. Then Mark's turn. Let's see, Mark. She's going to have the clue tokens, so she's going to be the one to go fight Color from Outer Space. So, let's see. He is going to... Oh, wait a minute. That's not bad. Okay. He is going to fight that monster. And he is going to first use an action. You and one monster on your space, well, yeah, you and one monster on your space each lose 1 health. So he does that action. And then he can freaking, I guess he'll fight the monster, this action, and of course he'll use his 38, 4 plus 2 is 6, and he gets a -2, but first he's got to do his will check, and he has a will of 4. And he passes with 2 successes, so he has 4 dice on his strength. He got 1 success, so he damaged it once, which was good enough to defeat it. So he has defeated this monster. And he has his ally here. If you defeat a monster during combat encounter, recover 1 sanity and gain 1 clue. So he'll gain a clue. And of course he'll have an encounter over there. And then it's Jacqueline's turn. And she will move 1. And then of course she will do a prepare to travel. And she's going to get a train token. Okay. So that's going to be hers. Now it's Silas's turn, and he's going to try to close his gate. The past. You find yourself standing in front of antique scientific equipment. According to the papers of the year 1771, you read through the notes and try to interpret the nature of the experiments. You gotta do a lore check. His lore's not that good. But he gains 1, so he gets 2. Yeah. Oh, and he passed. Alright. Joseph Curran was using a lab to revive dead wizards from their ashes and interrogate them for arcane knowledge. Using his notes, you close the gate. The rest of his results may prove useful. You may become delayed to gain 1 spell. Well, I don't think we'll worry about that. But we will take that gate off there. So he did shut that gate down. Which was actually good. Now he might move over here to the TikTok man. Alright, so it's Mark's turn, and he's going to have an encounter in Arkham. Some ritual had been performed in the Black Cave, but cultists are long gone. You look around for anything they may have left behind. He has observation of 2. And he passes. If you pass, you find a scrap of parchment and gain 1 incantation spell. Okay. Alright, let's see what kind of incantation spell we get. We get a clairvoyance spell. And Jacqueline's going to have a encounter in London. The Silver Twilight Lodge is locked up tight. You look over the old building for a possible entrance. She has an observation of 3. And she passes. If you pass, the lodge members are delighted by your ingenuity and offer their favor. Gain a blessed condition. Well, that hopefully comes helpful. So, we'll gain a blessed condition. See, there's one somewhere around here. Ah, here it is. Alright. And we'll move the first player thing, and we will have another Mythos phase here. Okay. So we move the Oma track. We have no gates open of that nature, so that is good. So we will not have a monster surge. We will spawn 2 clues. One goes to Rome, and one goes to space 18. Resolve the reckoning effect on each monster of the game board twice. Okay, well there's only one, so no. Damn, that thing keeps killing me. If there are no monsters in game over advanced do by 1. Well, okay. So that's that. So that didn't help. So it's Mark's turn. And he's going to move 1. And he is going to heal 1. And then he's going to use his train ticket and go here to San Francisco. Okay. Jacqueline is going to move to Rome. And she is going to do an influence. And she gets no successes. But she will use his train ticket and go here to this city where that clue is at, and she will try to gain that clue. Alright, so it's Mark's turn, and he's going to try to close that gate. The past. What with the past? Through slits in the closet, you see yourself as a small child sitting up in the bed. Who's there? Asks a frightened voice. You try to calmly persuade your younger self that you're a friend. Influence -1. Well, that's not good. Eesh. Oh, and pass. Look at that. 6. Okay. The child calms down but eyes you suspiciously. Listen carefully to what I say, you tell yourself. It might save your life. You may become delayed to gain gain 2 clues. Whether you become delayed or not, close this gate. Well, we don't want to become delayed, but we will close that gate. Okay, and it's Jacqueline's turn, and she's going to try to get that clue. And she's on a city space. Scientists report that their sample of radium was stolen. Your investigation indicates a connection to the worshippers of Azathoth. Okay, so she has to do an observation check here. And she's blessed. She passes. If you pass, you discover signs of cult activity. Gain this clue. So she gains that clue. Okay. And now it is... I forgot to move him. It is Silas's turn. And he's got the tiki guys here. And they don't have to do a horror check. You cannot spend clue tokens to reroll dice there's a counter. It has a 5 toughness. Now this thing has a strength. He has a strength of 3. And he is going to use the holy water. And that is +5. So 3 + 5 is 8. -2 is 6. Or TikTok man or whatever. Come on, successes. Okay, and we gained 1 success, and that was god freaking awful. What a waste of holy water. Okay, wait a minute. You may re-roll 1 die when test strength during a combat encounter. So, okay. Alright, so he had 2 successes. So, he takes 1 point of damage. And there goes the holy water. And he does 2 points of damage on them. So we'll take 2 little hearts here, just to remember. And he can only fight it once per round, so that's that. So this moves on to Jacqueline, and it's the Mythos phase. Okay, we move this, and that's going to move the Doom token twice down to 6. We have a Reckoning effect, so we will start with the Dark Young. Alright, that one didn't go. We have a Dark Pact for Silas. Uh-oh. Damn. Chanting reaches fever pitch. The cult leader places a ritual dagger in your hand and tells you, time has come, you must pay the blood you owe to the children of the Black Goat. Another investigator of your choice is devoured. Then discard this card. Oh, shit. Well, oh boy, oh boy. Who do we want to devour? God damn. Alright. Looks like Mark Harrigan is going to be devoured. So we'll take Mark, lay him down on the board there. His internal injury's gone, I can tell you that. And he still has all these things at his location. That was just awful. My God, that is awful. Let's roll for her blessing. She gets to keep it. And now we take the Eldritch token off this card. And now we have to take all the clues on the board, then each investigator discards all the clues. So this was a bad, bad round. My God, that was a bad round. Whoa. That was just plain out awful. Whoa. And now we have to spawn a new gate in Tokyo. Spawn a monster. And we have a serpent people. And it goes to the Amazon when it starts out. Oh. Each investigator on the active expedition space or adjacent space loses 2 health and becomes delayed. Then search the expedition encounter deck for each card corresponding to the active expedition deck and return it to the game box. Then shuffle the expedition encounter deck. Okay, well we did that and the thing moved to the Himalayas here. And so it is Jacqueline's turn. My God. And she's going to move 1 space. And she's going to perform an action. And use this book to try to gain 2 clues. And she fails. Well, of course. Alright. And now it's Silas's turn. And there isn't really no point in fighting this damn thing anymore, is there? I mean, that thing was gone. So he gets to move 1. And then he can move 1 space along the ship and then perform an additional action. And that means he's going to move here to Tokyo. And we're going to try to close that gate down. Okay, so it's Jacqueline's turn. And she's in the city. And let's see. A shady figure offers to sell you a weapon, no questions asked. You speak with him to determine his motives. Alright, she passes that. If you pass, gain 1 random weapon asset from the deck. Okay. She passed, so let's see which weapon we get. Okay, so she gained the bullwhip. And now it's Silas's turn. He's in Tokyo trying to close his gate. The underworld. You find yourself surrounded by ghouls. However, they don't seem to be antagonistic towards you. In fact, you believe you could persuade them to help you. Okay, he has a 3 influence, so it's possible. And he does. He gets a 6. The ghouls direct you to the Tower of Koth in the city of the Gugs. As you ascend the stairs tower, an enormous Gug chases after you. The sound of the monstrosity rattles your nerves. We're going to do a will check. Okay, but he gets a +1 here. And it's 4, so he has a will of 4. Okay, and he passed that. If you pass, close this gate. Alright, so he closes that gate. So we're not doing too bad on getting gates closed. It's just all this other stuff, man. Jeez. Okay, and so we move the token to Silas, and let's get a new Mythos card. And let's move the hiss, and we do. And the reckoning effect, well, we have a thing there, and that does not go, and that should be it. Oh, on her blessed condition. Alright, so she gets to keep it. So that's not bad for the reckoning effects. Okay, and we spawn a new gate. And that is London. Okay, each investigator on a city space with a weapon possession test his influence. Okay, so it's going to be both of them. So she has a 3, or he has a 3 influence. He failed. Oh, he doesn't have a weapon. Look at that. So no, so it's only her. She has a weapon. She has 2 weapons. And she passes. Alright, if he fails, discards 1 weapon and gains a detained condition. Okay. Alright. Well, let's see what Silas is going to do. Silas is going to... We can't get to London anytime soon. In time to close that gate. So he's going to move to Shanghai here. And he is going to... try his influence. And he gets 2 successes. So let's see what he can get. He can get the cross or the private investigator. Well, let's see. Huh. Not enough to get the urban guide. So let's get the... She has observation 3. He has... Let's get the private investigator. And there's the bandages. Okay. And he's good on that. So let's Jacqueline go. And before that, she's going to do a test on the book here to get 2 clue tokens. And she passes with that 4 barely. So we give her 2 clue tokens. And then she's going to move 1 space over here. And she has to fight that color from outer space. So let's see. After resolving the will test, roll 1 die on a 5 or 6. Defeat this monster. Okay, so let's do the will. She has a will of 3. And she failed both times, so she loses 2 sanity. And then she has to roll the die on a 5 or 6, defeat this monster. That's a weird... And that's not going to be good. So that monster is still there. And she cannot... She can't do anything. You can't have an encounter unless you beat that monster. So that's going to be the end of that turn. And we're going to go ahead and end it there. And we'll come back next round and start with the Mythos phase. Lonesome Gamer here signing off saying see ya.